Hello again, this is Midwest Legend Hunters. We're here for our second visit at the Oakwood Cemetery. Currently with us right now, visiting with us this time, is Mr. Jayden. He is a member of the family that takes care of these grounds. He's going to be walking along with me, pointing out some places that he's noticed, possible paranormal hotspots, just experiences he has, and we'll be going over some stuff on that. We'll be having a second team also going along at different parts of the cemetery, doing other different things in investigation. So let's get to this, guys. Let's do it. All right, so where do you want to go first?
When we first moved in here, say about 3 years ago, it was nice. So don't know if a family member came by, added it, something like that.
So a pretty old looking doll too.
Yeah, when we first came in, it was not here. I was coming one day, was checking stuff out, and came over and saw the rag to start off with, and then came out and came closer. Yeah. So it was like the rag, stuff like that. And you could see it's been sitting here for a while since then. I came out, never noticed it before, and I've been checking out all this stuff. Like there's little kid headstones. These are the headstones that I was talking about before, of the mom and the dad, and there should be a baby headstone nearby it. You remember who's behind it? Yeah, right here.
This is the stillborn, what you believe is the stillborn?
Yep. No.
It says baby on it.
It has initials.
Are you able to make it out on the camera, Gula?
WC.
WC. And do you know anything about the grave that Bell's at, by chance?
I do not. We've tried to research it, read it, stuff like that. Well, like if you read, well, we're thinking it's with some kind of child, because only 6 years old.
Died in 1887. That's a long time for 5 months, 27 days old. And this was well over a century ago, so that's kind of stretching credulity, like, you know.
Yeah, it's what
There's a surviving family member that remembers this child and wants to come out here and
what we're thinking is because when we first moved in too, this stone here was intact. There was a headstone here, a headstone there, and there was a little headstone there that I think is overgrown by grass now. It's into this area. Yeah, right there. And somebody probably came over and knocked this one over, and then shortly after that, about a few months go by, that's when I noticed the doll.
So how long ago did you say you first noticed that there was a doll here?
Say about maybe 5 months, maybe a little less.
So this was just within the last year?
Yep.
That's an old looking doll too.
Yep.
Maybe we can put this up and someone online might be able to tell us a little bit more by looking at it. Did you get a good picture of that, Gula?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to do a quick recording here. See if we can't catch anything.
Kind of neat they got the light back here.
What's up?
It's kind of neat they got the light back here.
Yeah. Well, let's head further back away from them.
Yeah. I'm still interested in that baby grave that had the hole dug through it from the animal. Almost looks like the baby crawled out of it.
Oh, you know what? There was one back.
Upsetting to say the least. But somebody had the back and the strength to knock this over. That's literally thousands of pounds. I bet you
Yeah,
all
I have
four of
no
us-
idea how that would have
I
toppled
bet you
off
all
there.
4 of us couldn't even wiggle that thing. You couldn't even,
I'm going to see if I can even make it budge.
Have at it, bud. Let's see what you got. And I mean, you could all you have to do is make it wiggle, not actually move it. I seen it move just a smidge.
Like, yeah, I could just barely wiggle it.
I think you're more or less pushing it into the dirt.
Yeah, I'm literally every time I stop pulling on it, it's just sinking deeper.
Yeah, and somebody was able to push that thing off. Holy cow!
That is nuts.
I mean, you would literally need like 15 kids, probably like 10, but 10 kids to push that damn thing.
These bug was somewhere nearby here.
Oh, back here maybe? Oh, there's a people's name.
There it is. No, is it? No, that's not it.
There's the name. Well, I know it's right over here somewhere. Make it wiggle, not actually move it. I seen it move just a smidge.
Like, yeah, I could just barely wiggle it.
I think you're more or less pushing it into the dirt.
Yeah, I'm literally every time I stop pulling on it, it's just sinking deeper.
Yeah. Yeah, and somebody was able to push that thing off. Holy cow,
That
man.
is nuts.
I mean, you would literally need like 15 kids, probably like 10, but 10 kids to push that damn thing. These are a few of them that I've seen where the kid only lived a couple of years.
There's a couple of them.
Look, from the angle, you can see them a whole lot better. You can
Yeah.
see the, with the shadows. Some of them don't even have dates on them. They might have been buried. I'm seeing the reflection of light off the headphones.
Those are the three, infants,
Right here.
less than a year olds.
Are they all with the same last name? Yep. Buns.
Two of them died within a year of each other.
Instant.
They died in
1912,
1912.
1903, and 1904. Here's the mom. Emma Jean Buns. 1870 to 1930. She lived 60 years. Honestly. But she lived longer than the kids. They were like 1912 and stuff. I still think it's really damn creepy that this is where people have been buried.
Yeah.
And there's the retaining wall. Did you see that earlier? There's a brick wall.
Yeah, I remember you looking over there.
Yeah, holding this whole cemetery up right under these leaves, and it's like, people come washing out of this thing.
Yeah.
Especially in the back. We'll go look at that area too when we get a chance. I mean, I know it's right next to somebody's house, but it's right up in there. It was too big to be a small animal. They were moving too much
Hold on.
brush.
Shine right back.
Huh?
Oh, no, that's the fence.
They were moving too much brush between steps for it to be a small animal. That's a little kid's grave. I think they were only like a year or so old. There's either a person or a large creature right over there. I heard him walking. Right on the other side of that fence. I just heard him stepping. It was too big to be like a small animal. They were moving too much brush. Huh?
Oh, no, that's the fence.
They were moving too much brush between steps for it to be a small animal. That's a little kid's grave. I think they were only like a year or so old.
What's that grave say?
It's Harold Wagger.
We can find a better spot for it. This said son of. What was the dates on the one in the middle here?
That's kind of buried.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, I might be able to read something. Oh, wow. Can't see shit, right? Can't read nothing.
Yeah,
That's pretty dope.
yeah.
That's cool, man.
Age 21.
May 27th, 1874. Age 21 years, 2 months, and something odd days.
Oh, I'll try here.
He was 21.
21-year-old.
21 was a fun time.
Is that okay?
What's that blinking ball supposed to do?
I heard it too. You remember the name on here? A. Nelson? Is that it?
Yep.
So we're here at the grave of an A. Nelson.
Oakwood Cemetery. We're here with Jayden. He's just explained to us his experience of discovering this doll here at a grave. On it, it reads, Darling Kitty, born April 19th, 1881, October 16th, 1887 age. So the child was 6 years, 5 months, 27 days old when they passed. And obviously there's no surviving members that would remember this child. The origins of the doll are mysterious, so we're going to go ahead and ask a few questions. If anyone's here with us, feel more than welcome to go ahead and make yourself known. What is your name? Was your nickname Kitty? What do you know about this doll here at the gravestone? Family members have mentioned to us that someone keeps playing tricks on them. Some of it sounds a little juvenile in nature. You wouldn't have anything to do with that, would you?
I think someone's over here.
You got to come out there. Yeah.
Come back here.
Recording door?
Yeah. Come back here. Evidently, I believe some teenagers came and knocked this one over. When you come back here, you kind of feel like angry.
When did you first notice?
I believe this one was like this when we moved in.
I was talking about more like the vibe.
Oh, the vibe.
Should I see that triggers there? Or
So, say about a year and a half ago, coming back here with my dad, we came back here just checking out the property. Came back here and walked up to this and walked up to it like you feel like the mixed emotions of sad because you got a lot of these gravestones that are tilted, turned, haven't looked like they've been touched in years. And you come over this one where evidently someone shoved it over, or a storm came through and shoved it over. And it just makes you feel like sad and angry.
So about a year and a half ago was the first time you were walking back here with your dad.
Yeah.
That was the first time he felt it. Now that he feels the same, get the same experience.
Yeah, it's like, his are a little different. Like, he gets like upset, got like upset about it, a little sad. Because like, I'm not sure if one of these ones have like the description on it or not.
We were looking at it earlier, and I think it looks like any writing would be on the side it's down into the ground. So we weren't able to see anything else than just the two names on it. Do you guys ever have like these type of feelings of emotion, raw emotion that's not your own apparently? Any other places outside of your house or the cemetery?
No, just around here.
Alright. I'm going to go ahead and do ask a few questions for recorder, see if we can't get any voices on here. It looks like we got two names on the gravestone that are still visible. It's Cochran,
Like Maury.
Murray, Maury. Alright. Is anyone here with us? If you haven't already tried to talk to us, go ahead and introduce yourself. What is your name? Are you by chance Murray, or Cochran? Now, as Jayden just already described, they're having people who come into this graveyard and notice your gravesite and how it's been vandalized. And they say they either felt anger or feelings of being very upset, not happy. You wouldn't have anything to do with that, would you? If you're angry about your gravestone, this is the perfect time to go ahead and vent to say it right here into the recorder for me. This is your last chance to tell us anything that you want. We're going to start walking to other parts of the cemetery. If at any time you feel like you want to add something else, free field. Sorry. Feel free to do so. All right, let's go on to the next one.
Back to the hill. And these are, you can tell where they were. This is the place my dad was telling you about, where they're like billboards, headstones, stuff like that.
Okay. Do you know who put these flowers down?
I do not.
Do you guys regularly have visitors?
Every now and then we'll have like people come by and their any family members or know who they are, stuff like that. They'll come back and maintenance, headstones, stuff like that.
Date on this? So, 1905 to 1926 on that one. So I guess it's still within a time frame people could still be alive. That's pushing it though, aren't they? Could be just family members that they know from other family members.
Yeah.
This one right here, this one's recent. This is 95. Orange Well, we got names out here. And he said these small ones, some of these are children. Yep. No, that one right there was 1905 to 26. I mean, that's barely old enough to drink when she passed. This is one of those places that you said you feel sadness. Yep. Is anyone here with us? Go ahead and make yourself known. Would any of you mind telling me your name? So my understanding that there seems to be a lot of sadness right here in this plot. And it seems that there are still living relatives that still mourn for your loss. Evident by the flowers placed here. So, your dad, he's mentioned that this is 5 families back here, so, yep, and that's a relatively new grave. So these are descendants of the original 5 people that lived in this area?
Yeah, so you got Wells, Smith, over here is another one.
I do notice that there are some, was that a Civil War marker right there, right? For the veterans?
There's the one right there where those 2 pine trees are. That was the one over here.
One thing I've been seeing repeatedly, and one of the things I've noticed over and over again, every grave we have visited, is that there are a large number of Civil War veterans in this area. Born in 97, has died in 2017.
Okay, never noticed that.
Put it back down here. Yeah, look at it when you give him a chance. Are there Roberts buried in here?
I believe so. There's a lot of people buried in here. You got
Well, we have another Revolutionary soldier right here too. 1761, 1841. So these guys probably were here when the War of 1812 happened and all that stuff. They maybe even witnessed some of the things that happened down the River Raisin.
it's like these ones, you could tell the difference from regular headstones to the Revolutionary Wars because the difference in marble.
What's the difference?
Usually military personnel, they got, like if you look, it almost looks kind of shinier, stuff like that, more of a granite.
So this is like an actual military provided headstone then?
Yep.
Nice.
So, and then you can tell like the difference, like if you look at the regular white one over there, it's got not as shine to it as much as this military one does.
So they only use specific type of
Usually for military personnel headstones, like even those ones, you could tell where they're not as shiny as this one.
So this grandfather, our children, mother and father. Full family pot ones. You get a date on these guys? The children, 18 something.
You say 1847, age 9, 11, and 13.
So these, none of them made it to adulthood.
Oh, actually, age 9 years, 11 months, 13 days, and the other one is age 3 years, 3 months, 18 days. Oh, and there's another one up here that says 9 years. Looks like it says 8 months and 4 days.
I'm hearing stuff over there now too.
And every now and then it hears like somebody shuffling.
Yeah, I was up here earlier. Back here, I was right over here. I thought Gula was walking right next to me. It was all over the guy.
It's what when you get up towards, like, they wait till you get so far. They wait till you get so far into the cemetery before it starts doing it. As far as like somebody's behind you. When you get up here to the back, we'll get up to the hill about where they are up there, and you'll be standing there, and like I'll be standing from me and you away, and it feels like somebody's just standing right over your shoulder.
Alright, this one right here, 1927. Is it Revolutionary or Civil War? Yeah, that'll be a Civil War veteran here. There's definitely a lot of these guys out here. I'll have to look about that, like what regiment or battalion, whatever, got called up here. So you can get a little more information on some of these graves
Here, because you can tell where newer flowers, stuff like this. But this is like your newest headstone. It's like 2000, 2020. That's the absolute newest headstone.
And you said this is owned by the Rockfall Historical Society? What's the name?
I believe so. I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
And they still just let the descendants of these original families still bury here, I'm guessing?
Yes, I actually believe they might be trying to get it to where they could start burying people again. But they have to get certain insurance companies to come through and approve it first. But as you see, 2020 is the newest headstone that's in this actual cemetery. You can see like the different fall flowers, stuff like that.
Yeah, I have noticed some weird things about voices and stuff like that, so
That's why
it's really hard to hear them over there, and I know they're not being particularly soft in their speech. Another weird thing that happened, this was about right here is where someone was walking next to me that I thought was cool, but there was no one there. And then when I went back onto that hill over there where you're talking about, you get that feeling, I heard a man's voice, and I turn around and look in the woods. I noticed there is a trail down there.
Yes, we have, as you can see, I've partnered up with a horse farm right next to me.
Yeah.
They do have trails that run on the other side of that fence back there. They have trail cams, stuff like that set up. They do have trails back there, but I believe it's also trails that cut up to the Metro Park system.
Okay. So there could have just easily been someone walking by, just talking.
Not likely, because they usually if they is they're with a horse and you hear the horse.
Definitely wasn't a horse.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't see any.
I don't have my Sharpie on me.
So she was alive in the 30s.
Huh.
Oh, I gotta pay for it to look at it. Yeah, but look. Martha A. Gesley, Wayne County, Michigan, USA, which is where we are. And it has her birth date and all that stuff, but it's hidden without paying for it.
Yeah.
So she got a pension from her husband dying.
Yeah.
Cool. Isn't the internet awesome?
That's wild how much you can find up.
Oh, and it takes me right back to the pay site. Okay, so well now that I know this, hold on, let's see if it brings up anything after her name. Michigan. Obituary. No way. Oh, no.
Oh man, I just realized I had the camera pointing at the wrong stuff.
Her husband should be buried real close. Eugene Gesley, 1843 to 1950.
Right here.
He was a Civil War veteran.
Right here.
Oh yeah, right here. No shit. The internet's awesome, man. He was 72 years old, 7 months and 29 days. He was a Civil War veteran of the 24th Cavalry Division.
Cavalry. Nice.
Martha Ann Vincent Gesley, her, born in 1852, died in 1935. Her siblings, Sidney West Gesley, 1844 to 1866. That's Mary. That's not...
Over here?
Oh, that's another person.
No, I thought that said Mary on it.
Yeah, but that's not their last name.
Oh.
R. But still, you can find all that out just by Googling it. That's wild. So this is the Gesley family plot. These were all Civil War veterans, and the Vincent plot as well, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, these were all Civil War vets and stuff.
And their spouses.
She got a pension from him.
Yeah.
He died after serving in the Civil War. He died right before the Great Depression.
He died during World War I. Well, that was
during
going
World
on.
War I. You're right, exactly. Yep.
We go all the way to the back of it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Maybe we can find some more graves we can Google and figure out the history. See? And it was probably the same thing with the bones on this side right here.
Yeah.
Trail.
I remember up here the woods go back pretty far before it hits the fence.
Well, I think right over there the graves like run right up to the fence. So you know, like I said, when we were kids,
Yeah.
storms would come, they would walk out the sand on that side, and pieces of people's fingers and shit would come floating out. See Van Riper. That's
Yeah.
a huge name around here. I grew up on Van Riper Street. I wonder if this was Jacob. Jacob was a local who grew up in Flat Rock who had to go serve during the Civil War, and he ended up getting killed. So like they named streets and shit after him.
Yeah.
I bet you that's Jacob Van Riper's tomb. I could probably Google it and find out. They do. They just rebuild headstones and shit.
Oh.
We have a ton of cemeteries around here that are just kind of like forgotten to time, really.
Yeah.
You know, nobody, like if these people weren't keeping up on this place, nobody would. Romines, we have Romine Road, Nicholas Romine, 1833 to 1898.
Mother was older than the father there.
Yep. She lived longer, you mean, yeah.
Oh,
She was born in
right.
93.
I know how numbers work, I promise.
Here's a baby. It just says baby. Mother. Just says mother. Oh, no, there's more. Janine Reedy, 1861, 1922. More. I know a couple of the Moors. They're still around here.
So yeah, like I believe this is part families with Bruce. I can't remember.
So it's right here in the Bruce plot that you've been feeling, like it's almost a physical presence, you would describe it, you think?
Yep. It's what.
Standing over you, hovering over you, kind of breathing down on you?
Yep. It's what you feel like somebody's like standing right on your shoulder, and then you turn, nobody's there, or somebody who's with you is 5 feet away from you.
You like to ask them any questions, anything you'd like to know? See if we can get anything. Go ahead.
First off is for anybody wanting to know that you're still having a presence here, and as your family member not coming to see you much, that you are trying to get other people to notice. Are the teenagers that are coming and disturbing your guys' peace aggravating you, and you're trying to get somebody to stop them?
Get the camera on.
Is there anything you're wanting us to, or wanting me to know, living on your property? I'm starting to get that feeling that there's somebody standing by me.
Try to get some shot back here, just pan back behind the headstone. It does feel darker here than at the front, at least.
Like this area, there's like no light back here.
You think it, because there's actually is light right there, but for some reason it does feel darker. Like the
Yeah.
away from the sky just isn't. I don't know. You can still see the headstones when we're standing over there. Maybe it's because we're getting blinded from the light keep hitting us or something. But I definitely feel something too. Not necessarily staying behind me. Just
Yeah, it's like
ambient
darkness.
vibe in the air. Something was like shaking shit on that tree, breaking sticks and stuff. It sounded like could have been a bird, but I didn't hear no birds. I didn't see anything flapping around.
You can see like bigger than a bird.
You guys want to try using this?
Oh, dude, so you know that one headstone where the the date's not finished out on it? And it's from 1850? I just Googled her name and it told me everything about her.
Kind of obituary or relatives.
She died in 1935?
Yeah. So just didn't get buried here and finish the headstone.
Yeah, and then we found out her husband was in the.
Yeah, he was a Civil War and she was getting a pension off him.
Yeah, in the Civil War.
Yeah. Like you can just Google it and it brings it all up.
I'm not doing this after.
I'm surprised that it's not more worn out. Sitting out there elements for so long.
What? Because like I've been back here many times because when we first bought the property, we didn't necessarily 100% knew that we owned about 5 feet into the cemetery. So when the parents moved in, I've never noticed it until like I told you guys a few months ago. We were out here checking stuff out, kind of being stupid, and I had my car playing here and saw the headlights. And came around the corner and I saw the dress before I saw the doll, and I walked up, saw the doll, and I'm not part of this.
So when we found out, she was married to him. He served in the Civil War and died shortly after, and she was collecting a pension off him until 1935,
Nice.
and then she died.
The most notable qualities about
I do think because you'll see there's a headstone we'll pass in any minute. It says Myers, Meyers.
Yeah.
I made a joke back here one night with my stepbrother. He's into like the horror movie stuff. And I was like, oh no, it's Michael Myers' headstone. And made that joke, and while I turned, and we both left the cemetery for that because you just felt uneasy.
what that is. Exception to your joke, huh?
Okay, right there.
Yeah, so you can see all the names on the top now.
So this right here is the Meyer, this is the headstone?
Right in front of us. The
Van Horn.
headstone right there.
All the way in the back.
These guys here, I'm assuming they named Van Horn Road off of them.
Yeah, this guy was born in 1797 or died in 1862.
Another one of the guys that would have been around when
Can't read the first one,
Battle Raging took
but
place.
it's something Van Horn. Yeah, a lot of the local.
Over in the French town.
Looks like there's a bunch of
Oh,
names
it's
on it.
Abraham Van Horn. Oh no, that's a different person.
William Van Horn.
Okay, they're all different names. This is a family deal.
Cool. I actually don't think I've noticed that. I search, but I don't search. I haven't searched.
Oh man, I'd be spending a lot of time out here personally, learning all the history and stuff. I mean, personally, like if I was you, I'd be camping out here, bud.
I have been hearing a few noises since then, and Jayden's also been telling us a few other stories about the park.
Let's see if we can find out who the person was.
Graveyard here, so I'm just going to put this back on. I'm not necessarily going to be asking a whole lot of questions here, but just following the guys around, listening to stories Jayden has to tell, and if you guys have anything you want to add in, by all means, feel free to. What's that over there? My flashlight's out. You guys see it better from your angle? Did we lose Max?
I think so.
See his light in front of us.
Anything roasting? Maybe a possum climbing around?
We have had raccoons, but we haven't had them in a few months.
I'm surprised that it's
not more worn out? Sitting out there in elements for so long.
It's what, because like I've been back there many times because when we first bought the property, we didn't necessarily 100% knew that we owned about 5 feet into the cemetery. So when we first moved in, I never noticed it until like I told you guys a few months ago we were out here checking stuff out, kind of being stupid, and I had my car pointed here and saw the headlight. And
Battery on this camera's dying quick.
The dress before I saw the doll, and I walked up, saw the doll, and I was like, I'm not part of this.
So what we found out, he was married to him. He served in the Civil War and died shortly after, and she was collecting a pension off him until 1935. And then she died.
The most notable distinguishing qualities
I
about
do
him.
think because you'll see there's a headstone we'll pass in a minute. It says Myers, Meyers.
Yeah.
I made a joke that here one night with my stepbrother. He's into like stuff, performing and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's Michael Myers headstone. And I made that joke, and while I turned and we drove up the cemetery, so that felt They took exception to this period of time. Yeah, right there. Right in front of us.
I don't know how you guys pick a plot, but I don't know much about that, how that works.
I don't really.
Well, I won't want to be in a valley. Especially in a sandy hill where I know it's going to be washing away.
I still think it's cool though that I have like a monument in my backyard.
Yeah,
Cemetery.
dude, you got some history here.
On a gravestone of a child that died in the 1880s. It kind of makes you wonder who would still know the child and want to bring something, keepsake, or, honor their memory. I'm going to go over here to the right, your right, my left, go ahead and check it out real quick and see what we found, guys. Yeah, there was some noises going on. I didn't pay too much attention to it though.
We did see a cat at the far end when we were walking that way. Saw something moving.
Well, whatever it is, there's multiple things in the trees, or there's one thing strewn with the trees as we walk around.
We wanted to check out that headstone I was telling you about right back here. Well, you got leaving some mom and dad, and then you got this here.
It's going to be a gravestone where Jayden here says about a year and a half ago, a doll appeared on a gravestone of a child that died in the 1880s. It kind of makes you wonder who would still know the child and want to bring something as a keepsake or,
honor their memory. I'm gonna go over here to the right, your right, my left. Go ahead and check it out real quick and see what we find, guys.
Oh, we'll have to walk to the right here. Your step.
Heard. See it?
There's something strange with how sound carries and echoes back here. I'm not sure if we're hearing other things or just, you know, strange sound play from our own voices.
Here's the dog.
There is definitely a sense of uncanniness about us right now. Just to give people watching this at a later date with us, just a bit of what the atmosphere is here right now. Very dark. It seems too dark, actually. We got lights all around us. You turn off the lights there. I mean, you got that one light there. It just gets pitch black real quick though. Even though we got houses on all sides, all of them have their lights on. Sort of maybe we're disturbing the peace here. There goes the branches again, dropping stuff.
There's something here that doesn't like us being around this grave.
It was doing it over there earlier. And then I heard it when we were standing over where we met back up with you guys. I heard it behind the gravestone.
Now
it's up here now.
when I first heard it, it was coming from straight across the road over there.
Yeah, there was some noises going on. I didn't pay too much attention to it. Though,
We did see a cat at the far end when we were walking that way. Saw something moving.
Well, whatever it is, there's multiple things in the trees, or there's one thing screwing with the trees as we walk around.
All right.
If you wanted to check out that headstone I was telling you about right back here. Well, you got Louise, the mom, and the dad, and then you got it here. It's either WC or NC. Felt like something just touched me. Right here in the ear.
Sounds very soft.
Very, very soft.
Okay, right here is where we. Okay, this is my tree back on my property where my bus left it. Right in here is where we saw when I talked to you guys earlier those lights. It was almost
All
like
right in
somebody-
here.
Yeah, it was almost like somebody was taking a flashlight and doing one of these towards my house. And then you get over here and there's nothing.
There's no like holes in the fence or anywhere like they could get in or out quick.
Nope, they would have to jump the gate.
And the barbed wire. If they try to hop the fence itself.
And you
Yeah.
would hear them. That's new. There's a bicycle helmet under my trailer. It was not there before, but that could have been a kid. Other than that, it goes. Goes way back to past that tree there. There's a gate that goes right before the cemetery.
Okay.
That makes me wonder. I get it, those are all raised beds over there, so that's why they buried the dead in them.
It's what confuses me because from about here, right here, about 6 feet from that flagpole to the left, this way there's like no graves.
That's what I'm saying, and it's all raised ground. There should be plenty right here.
We could find it been buried or lost.
Very well could be. Like I said, like we were saying, this is all sand. Headstones can sink in sand pretty quickly.
And I was talking about, looked like some of them got.
All right, Jayden, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Hopefully sometime we can come back out, maybe spend a little bit more time out here.
He's fought.
I know one time I was taking 2 gifts particularly to my best friend, Char. I was going to her house the next day, had them set on my vanity. I had to work, so they were going to work with me. And when I got up, I had 1 present there. I looked, I couldn't find the other present. It's 2 wrapped gifts to go to my best friends. Went to work with 1 gift. Went to my best friends, gave her 1 gift. Came back home, I have a present on my vanity. Wasn't there before. Now, it's like a trickster. It takes things, it hides things. I lose things that are supposed to be there. I get frustrated to the point I know it should be there. I give up. It's back. There it is where it's supposed to be. I have seen like maybe a shadow that goes across the door. My nephew, who's in the room right next to me, hears footsteps in my room when nobody's there. These are just a couple of the things that I can think of right off the top of my head that I deal with. That's true. When we first moved in, we had some counter lights, and it would fly across the room. It didn't drop. It flew. It was magnetic. It held up with a magnet, and it would just fly across the room. And it did it twice to me.
Wow.
We took them down. We
Yeah,
took the
don't
flying
blame
lights
you.
down.
We took them down after I witnessed it one morning actually fly at her.
It did.
Like I thought she was joking, they flew at her, and then I physically watched it.
Yeah, it would go from no joke from me past you.
So we got a trickster spirit and something maybe a little bit more malicious.
I think that it enjoys being devious. It's never harmful, but it's like aggravating, trying to be funny.
Gotcha.
I had a pleasure. Thanks for coming out.
Yes. Been great meeting you.
Nice meeting you, man.
Nice meeting you too.
Looking forward to coming back up here and doing it again.
There's so much to see and do around here. I've been here for 30 years, and I've just touched the surface.
Yeah.
There is, real quick, I don't know if you know this, but the other cemetery that they actually, we believe, pulled graves from.
Yeah, well, they did.
Right down the street, there's that little, you go further down the road, you'll notice where they got all their construction equipment stuff. There's a little rock path. If you go
Yeah.
right down that rock path, it's pretty much right back there.
All right, guys. This is Midwest Legend Hunters. This concludes our investigation of haunted Monroe County. Thanks for joining us. See you again next time. That's good.